Browns of Columbus.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And a big hit there on the opening kickoff, and that might set the tone for what could be a physical game. Off the play fake. Here's Sanders. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
6 yards picked up.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
On play action, here's Shadur. He'll swing this out to Jenkins. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. And to the 43, so down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Nobody ever wants the interception on the opening drive to happen, but when it happens in the playoffs, it feels like it's a bigger deal. What a rough start.
And how about these visitors? The defense just went right on the field and seized momentum. You know, almost like they're saying, okay, no one expects us to win this one. Let's go ahead and give them a shock early. Took the ball from the home team and put them in the hole.
Because this crowd, one of the best in the league, especially this time of year, it's going to be tough to take them out of it, but that's a heck of a start. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Tua sets up to pass it. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. In the wild card win last week, he had just 2 catches, and now he's got his first one here.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 4 at the Browns' 24-yard line.
Watching Oscar.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Myles Garrett. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
3rd and long.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Myles Garrett. 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down. Now make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
But they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
And open open left side. It's his running back with it. And he will have a Dolphins first down, and that was something else. A big pickup on 4th and long to give him a new set of downs.
First down, Dolphins.
Running left, Achane. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
And quick throw here, that's complete. And the Dolphins are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. And now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen...
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Devon Achane, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Browns drive about to get started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Let's go.
Now a toss left side for Judkins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
When you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move out.
On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Let's go.
Here's Sanders. He'll get this into the hands of the rookie from Texas. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 38-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 38. On first down, here's Judkins. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Come on.
At the Dolphins.
Sanders to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Sanders. And this pass broken up. The contact well in time there. And now 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Now Sanders. Right back to Njoku. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
A 6-yard pickup.
From the 20, here's a 2nd down and 4.
20-yard line.
To throw now, here's Sanders. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
From the gun on third down, Sanders. And that will be incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive. Stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the fourth down.
Here we go, Jack. Liking 18.
They'll indeed go for it. It's Sanders. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Jerry Jeudy from 19 yards away. And the Browns take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Tua going to throw. That's complete to Westbrook-Ikine. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right, then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late, because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Myles Garrett able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he is caught. He's into space past the 25. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. 57 yards. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. He's got Njoku over the middle. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. So the PI decline, and that'll give him a fresh set of downs.
And when you scout tight ends, one thing you want to know, just how strong they are. And we saw it in evidence there. He was able to fight through all the contact and still secure the football.
On the tackle there, Zach Sealer out of Ferris State. 2nd and 9 from the 44.
2nd and 9.
They go play action now. Sanders. Left side, he's got the tight end, Phelan. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 41-yard line. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
A give. Here's Judkins. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 49 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. Liking 18, go.
To throw is Sanders. Completes the pass to Judy on the crossing pattern. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
It's now 4th down and 1.
Let's go. Ready?
They'll go. Here's Sanders. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Browns' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They're right here.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. To a fast pass outside complete. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. And if you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice game. And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Now Tua. This one thrown underneath to Achane. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. They'll run for it with Achane. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Looking to pass. Tua. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Open man, Westbrook-Ikhine. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
At the 25-yard line.
Tua sets up to pass it. Finding. Now the ball comes loose. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. They'll run. Achane. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. Because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
All right, come on.
From the gun, it's Tua. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. A big one coming in this divisional round playoff, 3rd and goal.
Hey, get set. One. Solo. Let's go. Ready.
Going to the air. Tagovailoa. He'll try and do this himself. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a fourth down.
Sanders' kick is good. And the Dolphins have come back now to regain the lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Sanders. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. 3rd down and 10.
Come on, come on.
Sanders to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50.
That's good for a Columbus first down.
On play action, here's Shedeur. This will be caught. Judy. He's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
Hurry, 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 hurry.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Ready.
Sanders now. A final shot before break. Oh, that is incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
And this one is right through. And that will do it for this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. That's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end.
What's always interesting about situations like this is that in both locker rooms, both staffs were preaching a quick start. One of them actually got it done.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And CD, we are in for a very intriguing second half. This is what we wanted, all tied. This is what postseason football is all about.
It certainly is. And doesn't it speak to the parity in the NFL? Roughly half the teams that made the playoffs the year before missed the next year, get replaced. We know it's an any given Sunday mentality. Nothing's easy in the playoffs, but when you have your shot, they're eager to seize it.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
That's 20, TX. Long.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Here's Tua. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Mason Graham. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll try and do that. And the pressure gets to him again. Myles Garrett. Make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is brought in at the 21. That one in the books as a 64-yard punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started.
Ready? Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Go.
Sanders. That's taken in by Bud. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
It's a 13-yard pickup as the downs reset.
First down. First and 10 at the 42.
Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
On the double. Let's go.
They'll run from the gun. It's Judkins. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 60 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. So first and 10 now from the 30. On the draw, it's Judkins. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
Second and 7.
Catch the Eagle! Catch the Eagle!
To throw now, here's Sanders. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a first and goal.
A give up the middle, Judkins. At a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
Let's go now. Ready.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Judy. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Here we go. Ready.
Judkins. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
And I know this quarterback. His instinct, he's going to want to go for it here on 4th and goal. I want to see if the rational heads on the sidelines prevail and they say this late in the game, let's get 3 in the lead. This debate is going to be fun.
A field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal. And that's going to be caught for Browns touchdown. From a yard out. And the Browns have moved out in front. Extra point right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead.
24. Dolphins 17.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Oh, good return up past the 30. And he'll weave all the way up to just a few yards shy of midfield. A great return.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive. And we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they're going to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Another Dolphins first down. A gain of 11 on the play. And the Dolphins first down.
Ready, T. Long, long.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And they'll get this down to the 10. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Look like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup. Tua going to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
It's now 4th down.
So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. Sanders' kick is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. They need 12 here. It's 3rd down.
Let's go now. 18 Cardinal, 18. Let's go.
Now Sanders. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Jenkins. And he stopped immediately there. Afitu Melifonwu up to make the tackle there.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There's absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
2nd and 10. Play action. It's Sanders. He'll swing this out to Jenkins. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Bronco 80.
And now an audible here into something else. From the gun, it's Sanders. Over the middle, he's got Bond. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
They'll go. Here's Sanders. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. A give, running right, Achane. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Now Tua. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him, but his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 11.
Come on, 2. Solo left Zion. Solo left Zion. Hey. Come on, 1. High.
Looking to pass. Tua. And he's going to get this inside the 30. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Achane on the counter. This one is stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
2nd and a couple.
Ready. 20, TX. Ready.
Now back to throw. Now a run here, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. In motion is Westbrook-Ikhine. Out of the gun on 3rd down. Here's Tua. That's going to be caught. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Nick Westbrook-Ikhine, 31 yards. And the Dolphins have taken a 4th quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that gives them a 3-point lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Ready.
The Browns drive about to get started. And this certainly a key moment in this game. Trailing by 3, 4th quarter with a spot in the championship game next weekend on the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 22-yard line.
A quick throw caught out wide by Judy. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
To throw is Sanders. He gets this into the hands of Jenkins. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
18 rattler. Drop 50.
Jenkins going to run it out of the gun. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. Here's a 2nd and 7.
Get up.
They'll look to throw. Checks it down to Jenkins. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 40.
Partner, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
60 Eagles.
Back to throw. This one is complete to Jenkins. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 25-yard line.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
At the 25-yard line.
Go.
He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can. Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
70. Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
He's back to throw. Well, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Tua, fast pass outside complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Out of bounds at the 41-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll come up now on 2nd down.
Ready. All right, go. Ready.
Now Tua. Well, that's going to be incomplete. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. you happen to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Playoff lives at stake. Boy, this is a big one. Third down.
Out, out. Solo left Zion. Solo left. Hey, 21 TA.
Throwing Tua. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now fourth down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made, in my estimation.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
This is first and 10.
19 left. 70 Lions.
Sanders. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And he'll be taken down as that'll net him only about a gain of 9. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Now second down and a few inches.
70 Timberwolves. Buffalo 18. Mustang 19. 60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats.
Sanders to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. Here's first and 10.
Ready. Solo left side. Hey.
Tua. He's got a man, complete. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10. And he's in. Are you kidding me?
How do you give that up?